In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
Yeah, we're here. It's Friday. I'll just do it. It's Friday. There's drinks on the table. There's sticks in our hands. Johnny boy, what are we about to do? We're about to masturbate, boys. Woo!
No foreplay or anything.
No, just get
right. Yep. It's Freedom Friends Masturbate, where our dumbasses are going to come up with a solution to some made up fucking problem.
I feel like this is definitely a yes or no debate and we're done in this.
All right, Justin, what do you got?
All right, boys.
All right, boys.
So we got a few here. They're all fan submitted ones. So people have been commenting. And
so it's a bunch of yes or no questions.
This one, I'm very confident. This is a warm up debate because I'm very confident that I already know the answer. Landon Reed wants to know, which is your preferred breakfast meat, sausage or bacon?
Yes.
Bacon?
Yeah.
Yes.
I will say this. I've been known to order a breakfast sandwich, which is a sausage, whatever.
Sausage McGriddle.
Add bacon.
Add bacon.
And they fuck it up all the time.
Every time.
Every time.
I went to Denny's
So hard to
yesterday
do,
for
add
breakfast
bacon.
and got an
Both
all-American
is-
slam and was stoked because I got bacon and sausage.
Yeah. Both is the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both is an American breakfast.
But I will also say that bacon is not a breakfast food. It's just a food.
Bacon is a food group.
Yeah.
Well, I make my own bacon. I will eat bacon as just a snack.
I think
But it's such a great way to start the day.
the answer is bacon because at my house, I always have bacon in the fridge.
Yeah.
Occasionally I have sausages.
Yeah.
That's
or
true.
patties or whatever, right? So
actually, yeah, the only time that there's sausage in my freezer is like some friend went hunting
yeah.
and they had sausage made out of whatever they
yeah,
killed. And
right.
they're like, hey, so I didn't know what 90 pounds of sausage looked like. Could you, do you want some of this? And I'm like,
Right.
yeah, I do. So
I like biscuits and gravy,
Yeah, that's true.
and I put sausage in the gravy.
Has anybody ever made biscuits and gravy with bacon instead of sausage though?
I have.
And
It's amazing.
oh god,
It's
damn
just
it.
as good.
I have not had it. I'm gonna try this.
I've done it with venison. I've done it with axis. I mean, anything ground really. But so I always have sausage and bacon. It just depends what I want to cook.
Yeah.
But is there a preference for me?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know. It's hard because I like them both.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna turn down whatever gets put on the plate.
No.
I'm going to go bacon, though. I personally would go bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Devin from Devin Phillips. What do the Freedom Friends think of Tough Mudders? We were talking Spartan races last week, and so Tough Mudders. Thoughts?
I like easy mutters better.
Fair.
I think I've done
You did a Tough Mudder.
like 4 or 5 of them.
I've never run a Tough Mudder. Really?
They're the biggest difference is that the Tough Mudders are whatever 13 miles, and I think the
Spartans all come in different flavors.
but they do one that's a similar length though, right?
So
But
that's
it's like
the-
they're big.
No. So they do one called the Super.
Okay.
And it's a half marathon.
Okay. Yeah.
The
same.
Beast is a full marathon.
Okay.
So it's a marathon with like 30 something
Yeah. Obstacles.
obstacles and it's always trail, whereas a marathon is always like,
So I've done them in
we're
Phoenix.
going to run through here. Don't get bombed.
Did them in Phoenix and Vegas. I think I might have did one in Europe. I can't remember. I think I did 2 in Phoenix. I don't fucking know.
So I won't
But-
do Tough Mudders on principle because one of the fucking opening ones is this fucking taser forest bullshit.
Okay,
You
no,
have to
that's,
run
that's
through.
the last one.
And or one of the it's this taser forest thing. So
Yeah.
it's like a rig, and then there's lines that are hanging down, and they're all electrified.
They're
and you
hooked
just
up
run
to
through
car
this thing.
batteries.
And
And it zaps the fuck out of
I
you.
love obstacle course racing. Actually, Mikey just texted me, asked if I was interested in the Savage race in Dallas. I got to look at my calendar though. But I won't do that race based on that. That is not a physical challenge. That is just pain.
It's a
See,
mental challenge.
Because they do.
Fuck, I
I'm looking at pictures, and it's like they do like the giant cold tub.
So
that you
that's
have to go
That
every
through.
sucks.
Yeah.
every race has their opening thing.
Yeah.
Spartan, because Spartans are the ones that do like the Spartan Championship, and they did like the OCR Pro and all that kind of stuff. their opening obstacle's rather easy. It's a 5-foot wall. You just have to clear the 5-foot wall. But then typically you just start running. But there's a setup like that because you run to get yourself warm before you actually have to start doing everything else. Tough Mudder starts with the whole just ice bath thing. Yeah. Which is also a great way to get fucking injured. Yeah. And
it just seems like, hey, a lot of this sucks really bad. Yeah. Can you get through it?
More people get hurt running Tough Mudders than any other OCR. Yeah. So I'm definitely a bigger Spartan fan. I like the setup of Savage. I've never run one. I want to, but I like the way they're set up.
What's the one with all the rainbow colors and shit?
Oh, that's like a foam run.
Yeah.
No, it's like powder or something.
It's what do they call
color
it?
Run.
The color run.
Yeah. Oh, the color run.
I did one of those in Brussels. And you wear like a white shirt and you're just covered in like a fucking rainbow when you get done. And it was cool, except whenever they hit you with all the color shit, you can't fucking breathe. So you're running and out of breath, and they hit you with this like
powder.
Yeah, powdered flour essentially.
Yeah. And I want to go to the origin of that, which is actually in India. And it's a thing called
that makes a lot of sense.
But it's just called Holi, and it's a holiday there, and they throw these pigment patterns around and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's not a run; it's just like a festival.
They have something similar. They drive their trucks through.
I think you're thinking Pakistan, and those are
that's a
airburst.
very different explosion.
No, I mean like the jingle trucks. It looks like they go through like a rainbow of gayness.
Maybe the Holi, I think, is supposed to be. It's like their spring celebration.
The first Tough Mudder that I did, I signed up like 8 months in advance and got a team together. We had like 10 people running with us, and I was motivated for it, right? And I kept like, okay, next week I'm going to start training. Next week I'm going to start training. And then I woke up one day, and that was the day I had to go run 13 miles and whatever, 25 obstacles and all that shit. And I literally didn't do fuck all leading up to it, and still completed it. It sucked. I was sore for like 2 weeks afterwards. And then the other ones that I did after that, it was the same fucking thing. I never trained for any of them. And I still completed
the thing is that, and when we talked about it before, all of those races, they are 100% your pace. So you see a lot of people that just walk.
Well, there's people that do it for time.
And then there's the people that do it
with those people.
No.
Yeah. Those people go first. You don't even see them. Like,
yeah, they go early. They're in a different colored jersey, and like they're there to set times.
Yeah.
And then you have, well, Spartan has the ultra runners. So you'll go to do like a beast. So like when I did my beast, there was a whole crew that was doing an ultra, and theirs is
2 laps.
It's 3 laps.
Oh fuck.
So it's 100 miles. Mm-hmm. And but we all know that ultra runners all wear like a specific colored bib that they're running in,
and they look different.
And so, and they look different. But you'll hear the yell coming from the back that'll say like ultra coming through, and everybody just moves because you do not want to change that guy's pace. Because if he slows down at all, he's shutting down. Like you're just going to watch this man die. So everybody gets out of their way, and that's again that goes back to why I like them. It's a community that's pretty cool. But I won't do Tough Mudders on principle because I don't.
That electric forest or whatever the fuck they call it. The first one that I did, like you can crawl and like kind of get underneath it, but there's water on the ground. And so you're going through water and there's electricity hanging, and essentially you make that connection. That shit fucking hurts.
Yeah.
So I'm like walking through and I'm like squeezing through all the fucking things, and I'm like 5 feet from the end and I haven't gotten tagged yet. And I'm like excited. I'm like, this is going to be great. I didn't get electrocuted. Awesome. And this fucking asshole that wasn't in our group decides, fuck this, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm just running.
Yep.
And he got next to me and he did one of these to get them all out of the way. And like 8 of those fucking strands just hit me and it dropped me to the ground immediately.
See? And that's why I won't do it. Their shit isn't set up to be like an athletic challenge. It's just meant to hurt you. And I just won't. I won't race their shit on principle.
Not a fan.
No.
Fair. All right. Last one. This one's from Gunnut 96. If you were a dictator, what minor crimes would you deliver a harsh punishment for? For example, third offense of not signaling results in being kneecapped by the arresting officer.
Oh, I got one. Improperly using your hazard lights.
Ooh.
I fucking hate you, and I will kill you.
Semi-truck driving in the left lane. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with people that don't put their carts up at the grocery store parking. Because that shit drives me up a fucking wall. When you think you have like a fucking dope spot and you pull in, it's just a fucking cart right in the middle, and you're like, you Oh God.
Yeah. So instead of being the good citizen and getting out and moving the cart, you just find a different spot.
Exactly. Yeah. Jazz, what you got?
People that stand in door frames.
Oh,
That just hang out in the doorway.
That just like fucking hang out there. Or a walkway.
To include a walkway.
Yes. Or like a
God
walkway in
damn
like a department store or a grocery store, and you're just like standing there, or you and your 6-person family are all standing fucking abreast. And it's just like, what the fuck? Get the fuck out of my way.
To add to that, when you're in an airport and they have the walkways that are flat walkways, and the person gets on the walkway and does not walk but stands in the middle of it, so nobody can get around them.
I just check them. I check them anymore, and I'm so over that.
I can't stand it. Like, you lazy fuck.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, this is here to get somewhere faster, not for you to be lazy.
Yeah.
Also, if I was a dictator, you wouldn't be allowed to own a Dodge.
Make Dodges illegal.
The whole company illegal in the entire
public
country.
executions for pedophiles.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the offense.
Yeah.
No
Doesn't
charges
matter
too
the
if you kill
offense.
one. You walk in, you find one the fucking diddling a kid, and you fucking put 2 in them.
Tax break.
You get a parade.
You give them a tax
A
break.
tax break.
Yeah.
Now, isn't that you're still authorized
Lethal force.
lethal force
I don't know.
if somebody's being
I think
raped?
that depends on the state and the situation.
Oh,
Because there's a lot.
There
that
has
goes-
been several cases where people have walked in on people raping kids and offed them and completely gotten off.
Yeah.
Like they've just been like, good job.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I don't,
Like, high five.
what
Yeah.
jury's going to convict you?
Yeah.
So
What
I think judges should be, if they let a repeat offense criminal out and they do another crime,
the judge should be held liable.
the judge should be held. You should be able to sue the judge.
Ooh.
The public should be able to sue the
Yeah,
judge.
The
Anybody.
victim's families or victim
Yeah.
should be able to go after the judge.
Oh, if you stand up in an airplane as soon as the fucking
Oh my
dinger goes
God.
off,
And you're in the
Straight
back
to jail.
fucking row.
yes,
Like,
straight to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like those people stand up.
But airport
off-
jail.
Airport jail. Yeah.
Yeah, you're in airport jail for 72 hours.
Yep.
Because all of it is just an inconvenience.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
You want to inconvenience everyone else.
Yep.
You get
You know what? Like, you know
inconvenienced.
how, and airports could be so much better. You know how Southwest, you get in like your numbers, right?
Yeah.
Why don't they do that? But it's the seat numbers. You get in the line, it's your
Oh.
seat numbers. You're already in order.
And then you just reverse fill.
And in reverse fill.
Yeah.
They just send you in.
Absolutely.
And that way there's none of this bullshit.
you're not squeezing by
Right?
people.
Yeah.
Also, I never got why does first class board first?
So we can have booze.
Yeah. Because
you
That's
get a
it?
drink. when you sit down.
I get a mimosa or champagne as soon as I get on the flight.
I
It
always-
doesn't make sense.
You also
It
don't
doesn't,
have to
yeah.
stand in line.
Do you know
with
why
all
they
the
don't
plebs.
board the whole plane from the front to the back?
Why is that?
Because if they
do.
if they boarded it from the back to the front, if they did that first, the
Why?
plane would fall backwards.
All right.
I mean, it makes sense, doesn't
All
it?
right.
No.
There's no wheel back there.
I mean-
We put training wheels on the back of the, the airplanes.
And
Load, yeah, and it's just part of like everybody gets loaded.
It's got drag wheels on the back.
a wheelie bar.
Yeah. All airplanes have wheelie bars now.
like the guy at the airport that was motherfucking us when Eric was. You remember that going to the show? The old guy that was.
Oh yeah.
yeah. This guy. So there's 4 of us that were going to the show. We're at Southwest. We booked Eric's flight a couple days later, so he was literally 2 numbers
Yeah. Behind us.
us. So he was standing with us in the thing, and this old motherfucker was motherfucking him, and he's like, "Dude, it's fine. We're like one of the, we're like boarding group A."
Yeah. We're like A36,
And this
37,
old guy's like
38.
telling
He
his
was
wife, like,
A40.
"Don't let him go. Don't let him go ahead of us."
What are you gonna do?
And we all get on the plane, and this motherfucker takes the first fucking seat, right?
Yeah.
Like you do. We all go to
All
the
the way
back of the
back.
fucking plane. And then this motherfucker gets sat next to this kid that was screaming the whole time. It was so sweet. But I mean, like,
I told you guys about the fight I almost got on in Southwest because of the exit row, right? When the guy was trying to save the whole exit row for people.
No.
Yeah, we were coming back from Vegas, I think. And I was over it. Like, it was, 5 days in Vegas, 6
It's
days in
too
Vegas
much.
is a lot, right? So I'm getting on the airplane and I'm a larger gentleman. So I try to get an exit row just because, like, it sucks sitting cramped in a fucking seat for a couple hours. So I go to like slide into the exit row and the guy's like, "Oh, I'm saving these for my friends." And I was like, and I look behind me, there's nobody on the flight, like nobody walking on the flight behind me. And I'm like, I don't see anybody you're saving them for. He's like, oh, I'm just saving them for people. They're coming. And at that point, I was just like, whatever. So I look in the other exit row and the middle seat was open. So I sit down and I was talking to the people that are my left and right. And they were like, dude, like that's kind of fucked up. And I'm like, you know what? And I'm like, actually it is. I was like, I'm going to go sit back over there. I'm sorry for intruding in your guys' space. And I get up and I go, I'm like, hey man, I'm going to sit on the inside seat right there. And he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, actually, I am. And he's like, no, I'm saving these seats. And I'm like, we're on Southwest, man. You can't save seats. That's not how this
And
works.
nothing's assigned.
I was
here.
like, and your friends aren't even here. So I don't know what you're trying to say. I was like, I'm going to sit in that seat. And he's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, actually, I am. And at this point, like the flight attendant was like 2 rows back, like just watching this. And all I did is I look at her and I was just like, ma'am. And she was just like, actually, sir, you can't hold seats for anybody. It's open seating. And I was like, thank you. And I just walked in front of him and I sat down. So he's just motherfucking me the whole time, you know, like grunting and groaning and all this shit. And so finally, like the last fucking 5 people to get on the plane were his 2 friends. And they walk up and he's like, I tried to save your seats, but he took your seat. And I had my AirPods in at this point. I just looked up at him and I waved and I just went back to fucking around my iPad. And they were like, they didn't give a fuck. They were like, oh, whatever. And they just went and found their seats. So the whole flight, this dude just like grunting the whole way. And I'm just like, this is great. The back of my mind, I was like, I hope this dude swings on me just so I can get him kicked off the flight. Like that'd be so much fun.
It will never stop amazing me how people go to an airport, one of the most cramped places you can be, and they're like, here's where I'm going to be the most asshole I can be.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Why?
Like,
Why
who
did-
fucking cares? You're on a flight for 2 hours.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
Like fucking it fucking never ceased. But needless to say, wheelie bars, all airplanes.
Yeah.
Load that bitch back to the front.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't.
Doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
And then the airlines seem to start carrying Jameson. I'm just going to put that.
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there,
What's wrong with you?
right.
Fucking
no standards.
Yeah. I mean, they carry United as Buffy Trace.
That's facts, actually.
It
yeah.
is. It's yeah.
They do have tiny little buffies.
Yeah.
Any other minor inconveniences that you think people should face harsh punishments for, boys? Ooh, I got one. Putting your phone on speaker when you're in a public place.
fucking
damn
damn
it.
Yeah. Can't stand that
I don't know
shit.
why you think everybody needs to hear your conversation.
No.
And then you talk loud
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you make eye contact with me like you're talking to me.
Yeah.
And I can't hear anyway. So I'm like, what? Ha!
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
Fucking
You know
blows me
what?
away.
If you're on speakerphone and you're in the airport or you're in a public place, it's crowded, I'm going to say horrific shit. And I hope you're on a very important business call. And I am going to say the most horrific shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the whole like hold it to your ear
On speaker.
and then do this and then hold it to your ear and then fold it in front of your. I'm like, it's a fucking phone. Just
like, do you know how that works?
it's not new. Fuck, just do this. Believe it or not, they shaped that
When
shit.
you're on a landline, do you do that?
like
When's the last time you've talked on a landline? Oh my God. I bet it's years.
Oh, it's yeah.
Because we have a cell phone and for a shop phone.
I
So
know.
I have one at the store.
do you?
Have you seen
store
the
has one.
TikToks
I haven't
where,
put one in
where
mine.
the parents try to get their kids to dial a phone number on a rotary phone?
Yeah.
And they don't know how to do it.
They're just like poking it. They're like,
Yeah.
do phone things.
I saw that one too, where somebody handed them like just a cordless, like a phone, but it was just a cordless phone.
Yeah.
And they asked him why there was a hashtag on it, and I was like, "You fucking God, I'm old." Like, just-
Yeah.
Any other ideas, boys?
Any other minor inconveniences? I don't know.
everything's just
Jazz, I'd assume you'd have a million. You deal with people 24/7.
yeah. That's why I hired a fucking staff the size I have, so I don't have to fucking deal with people anymore.
Yeah.
Just everything's too peoply. Like that's the problem. There's just too many. Fucking, they're everywhere. Like,
That it, boys?
So what you're saying is we have to downsize the population of the earth.
we tried, it just didn't work.
Well, I mean,
Who's
we
we?
haven't really tried
Who's
in
we?
probably 80 years.
Who's we?
It's the royal we, as it just humans.
Oh, okay.
It's probably been 80 years. But I did see this interesting.
Yeah, but we weren't near as crowded back then.
I did see this interesting statistic about the number of people that the Russian government has killed over the course, and I can't remember the course of the years. I think it was from like the 30s or 40s until now.
Well, Stalin killed 6 million on his own.
But it was something along the lines of like on the low end was like 24 million and the high end was like 115 million.
Holy shit.
Yep. And there's all kinds of fun shit going down in Africa right now.
Oh, that's always happening over there.
What's going on in Africa?
There's a bunch of coups and all kinds of shit. But
That's
I did
constant.
see
It's every 20 years.
I
over
did
there.
see this
But, like,
very interesting piece of information that one of the guys that's been involved in like 7 coups in the past 15 years was trained by the U.S. military.
shocking.
Nice.
And now he's just country jumping, throwing coups.
I mean, we are good at it.
I know. I was like, oh, this tracks. It does. It makes sense.
Being good at it and it being beneficial is probably 2 different things.
Oh, I didn't say that we've always made a good call. Just that we're good at it. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. People in general are fucked. But Dodges are illegal.
What if it's the Hellcat minivan?
It's still illegal
Still illegal?
because it says Dodge on it, which means that I'm pretty sure you have to go prove that you have the IQ of a turnip before you're allowed to buy one.
What if
It's
I
like,
put a Hellcat engine in a Honda?
you'd probably drive it responsibly, to be honest with you.
Well, you're also pairing that with Priuses, right?
Pre-I?
Well, that's a Toyota.
Yeah, that's a Toyota.
Yeah, not all Toyotas, but just Priuses.
I don't see near as many of those around anymore.
But when I do,
Didn't
I always
last the
see
test of
them
time.
because they're driving like a fucking idiot.
Or slow as shit
Yeah.
in front of me.
Yeah. But it's always a Dodge. My wife's first like long motorcycle ride was today. And the only traffic issue she had at all with any other vehicle was a fucking Dodge pickup truck that cut her off by like 3 feet. He had to thread the needle between her on that motorcycle and a trailer and cleared her by 3 feet in the front. And I'm like, it's always
Yeah.
a Dodge. Always. I don't understand it. It is the biggest phenomenon on the, I swear to God, they must brief him at the dealer. It's like, all right, if you're going to have this,
Now you got to drive like an asshole.
you got to piss off everybody else on the road. It's mind boggling.
Well, shit, boys. Y'all
Yep.
got anything else?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
Oh,
Oh.
I do have a story about a repeat offender.
Okay.
Ooh.
Since we were talking about that whole judge thing.
Yeah.
So there was this dude in Europe somewhere and had this obsession with trains. So, and I mean like one of those like should have been medicated kind of obsessions. Like not like
Which kind of train are we talking about?
like trains,
Oh.
like locomotive,
Gotcha.
not like running trains. Yeah.
Not like being the caboose.
So he goes and he steals one and immediately crashes this thing.
Steals a train.
Steals a train, immediately crashes.
Did he
this
make
thing.
the wrong turn? Pull out in front of somebody?
I don't know how you crash a train, but this dude crashes this train. And
They're on a track.
so goes to court, totally admits guilt, and he kills a bunch of people when he crashes this fucking thing. And totally admits guilt, totally gleeful about the fact that he was able to steal this fucking train. And he gets the death penalty. And so they go to him and they ask him, like, hey, what do you want your last meal to be? And he's like, I want a single banana. So he eats the single banana. The next day he goes and they sit him in the electric chair and they put the little hat on him and strap him in. And they fucking throw the switch. Nothing happens. Well, it's the whole double jeopardy thing. You can't be punished twice for the same crime. So they release him. He immediately goes and steals another train. Crashes that train. Kills a bunch more people. Goes to jail. Give him the death penalty. What do you want your last meal to be? Single banana. Gets the banana, put him in the electric chair, nothing happens. They have to release him. He immediately goes and steals another train. Kills a bunch more people. They convict him, and at this point, he is just obsessed with just over the moon about the fact that he's gotten to fucking drive all these trains. So they go to, what do you want your last meal to be? Nope, you know what? You don't get that. You get the standard. It's going to be steak and potatoes and a raspberry cobbler. Like, that's what you're fucking getting. So the next day they go, they stick him in the electric chair, they throw the switch and nothing happens. And they're like, God damn it. Who gave him the banana? It turns out it had nothing to do with the banana. He was just a bad conductor.
That's a pretty good one.
Anyway, it's warfightandtobacco.com. You can use that code FTFO. Get yourself 15% off your order.
Oh, fuck.
Anything else, boys?
Nope.
Let's hit him with 3 things. Johnny?
Smoke on.
Scotty?
Drink on.
God damn it, boys.
Bring the fuck on.